Okay, hey guys, and welcome to another exciting week at the underwaterrealm.com video blogs. This is week 32. You'll remember last week that we told you about a stumbling block we'd come up against where we no longer had access to a red Epic cinema camera as well as the underwater housing that we were going to be using for a number of our shoots. Well, we haven't got all the way to solving that problem. However, we have got some of the way thanks to a guy who's got in touch called Andy Martin. Andy, as long as our schedules line up, is going to be bringing his Epic camera to come and play for the first of our shoots. None of the underwater shoots, just the on-land shoots. But we really need that kind of epic resolution and also the dynamic range, because it's going to be a shoot on a very bright cliff top with a very dark coastline. So that dynamic range and that scale and resolution is going to be really important for the context of the scene. So big thumbs up to Andy there for getting in touch and for providing us with such an amazing piece of equipment out of the kindness of his heart. We're still struggling to find an underwater camera. We have the EX1 and the underwater housings for that and the 5D, but as I said last week, I'm not 100% convinced that they're going to be up to what we need. So we're ideally keeping our eye out for a red or, as some people have suggested, maybe an Alexa or an F3, but we hold out hope. What I'm really going to tell you about this week is what's coming over the next 3 or 4 weeks, because we've been kind of a little bit vague about it, and I think now is the time to start allowing you guys at home to be getting as excited about it as we are. What we have, first of all, in the week commencing the 3rd of October, we're going for the first real Underwater Realm shoot. This is not a test shoot, this is a full theatrical shoot. It's going to be on Tintagel. Tintagel Castle is an English heritage project on the north coast of Cornwall overlooking the Celtic Sea. Mythology claims that it is the birthplace of King Arthur. It's an Iron Age castle on a huge outcrop of rock with some beautiful cliffs and raging kind of coastlines. Very Celtic, mysterious, romantic, dark coastline. Really beautiful location, and the English Heritage have been incredibly helpful in sorting everything out for us there. So we're looking forward to a really great shoot in the first part of the week commencing the 3rd of October. Immediately following that shoot, we are off to Plymouth to shoot underwater for the other part of that same piece. The whole piece is set in the year 1208 in medieval Britain, and we start off on a cliff top with a castle, and we end up under the water. And I will leave the transition between those two up to your imagination, but I'm sure you'll pick up on it over the blog over the next couple of weeks as we're shooting. Immediately upon filming underwater in Plymouth, we're wrapping there on the 12th of October, and on the 13th flying out to Egypt for a week shooting in the Red Sea on the coral reefs and the dolphin reservations out in southern Egypt. So we're going to be shooting another one of our 5 underwater films entirely out there with a couple of wonderful actors who we're bringing along for the ride. So we're completing 2 of our 5 short films in a very intensive 3-week shoot that you're going to be following along on the blog with all the behind the scenes and live updates on the Twitter feed and on the Facebook feed, which have all been set up recently. You can follow us at Underwater Realm or facebook.com/Underwater Realm, and you can keep up with all the updates, be they big or small, be it a weekly blog or even just one of the photos that somebody's taken on set. So we've got those 3 things coming up over the next month, and before all that we've actually got Raindance Film Festival 2011, which marks exactly 1 year until we have to finish all of these projects. So it's a little bit daunting, but we're going to be showing one of our short films to open Raindance Film Festival and hopefully bumping into some interesting characters as well. So keep tuned for next week at Raindance, the following week at Tintagel, then Plymouth underwater, and then some awesome stuff in the Red Sea in Egypt. So we will catch you next week at theunderwaterrealm.com.